And then we've got the main event of the evening, Volkov versus Aspinall, 265 pounds. Honestly, I think that Aspinall is the UK's best chance. I think he's the UK's next champion. I honestly do. The sky is the limit for this kid. And I like how he's approached his career as well. He didn't really call out like the big names because he was like, no, I want to keep going step by step by step by step. But after he submitted Orlovsky in the second round and then smashed Sergey Spivak. Spivak is good as well. We saw that. You put somebody who isn't quite there against Sergey Spivak and he will batter them. We saw that when he fought Greg Hardy the other week, right? Aspinall went through Spivak like a hot knife through butter. And that is impressive. That's really impressive. And Tom Aspinall, he's kind of strong in every area. He has no weaknesses. He often plays out on the feet and likes to kind of strike with people. But actually, he's been doing jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu with his dad since he was a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think his dad runs like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu school. And I believe, I might be wrong here, so correct me if I am, but I believe that he started out, Aspinall jiu-jitsu, and that's how he got into like MMA and everything. So he knows grappling. He's very, very good. He's extremely good. And for that reason, I think that we might see a submission here, because I don't think that, because this is a rare instance for Aspinall in that he is at a size disadvantage to Volkov. Volkov is a big cat, man. He is gigantic. He's nearly 7 feet tall. He's ridiculous. His reach is ridiculous. He's just a giant Russian kickboxer who's hard as nails, basically, Volkov. Now, this is a step up in competition for Aspinall. Make no mistake about it. He keeps moving up. There are no easy fights. When you go through people like he's been going through people, unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword. There are no easy fights from here on in for Tom Aspinall. This is going to be a test, but I think it's a test he can pass. But I think we're going to see a slightly different Tom Aspinall here, because I don't think his best route to victory, with respect, is to stand and kickbox with somebody whose striking is as good as Volkov. When we saw him against Alistair Overeem, that's a scary thing, because Alistair Overeem is one of the best kickboxers in the world, one of the most accomplished kickboxers in the world. And to watch Volkov, and Volkov showed that, look, when you just stand in my range, I am going to beat the fuck out of you. And that is what he did. If Tom Aspinall stands in Volkov's range, Volkov's going to beat the fuck out of him, because Volkov will beat the fuck out of anybody if they stand in his range. But I mean, Aspinall is quick. Aspinall maybe can hang with him on the feet, but I don't think that is the path of least resistance. I think the path of least resistance is to create a scramble, create an opportunity to get the fight to the floor, and then we're going to see him grab an arm or even a leg, maybe even go for a heel hook, baby. But either way, what I like is that the bookies seem to be really overlooking Aspinall's submission abilities here, because they are giving out 10-1 on the submission for big Tom Aspinall. And that is an absolute steal. I am all over that, because honestly, I just feel like, actually, the best route to victory against a 7-foot-tall kickboxer is probably not standing and trading with him. I just feel like Tom Aspinall, he's a smart fighter. He is. He's got a very good fight IQ. And I think that he's going to spot that, look, the path of least resistance here, if I can get this down to the floor, he's going to have a huge advantage over Volkov. And I think that if he gets it down to the floor, I think the submission will come relatively easily. 10-1, man. Whew, that's tasty. Lovely. Bang that on the bet slip. And then obviously I like to, because the bets aren't terrible enough on their own, I like to put them all together onto an accumulator. So you have got the double chance on Jack Shaw, the submission, or the TKO or the KO. And then you've got Paul Craig by submission. And then you have got Paddy Pimblett to get the submission. The submission just for Paddy Pimblett. And then for Dan Hooker to double chance, submission, knockout, TKO, and then you've got Aspinall to get the submission. Putting all those together on one bet slip, £1,856.25-1. That is terrible as you like. That is awful. But it's an MMA scratch card. My MMA scratch card, and I'm going to be checking it like. It'll probably be off by the first fight of the card, but I don't give a fuck. I'm going to enjoy the fights. The fights are on at a normal time, and I'm going to enjoy the hell out of them. It'll be really fun to see if we can see the emergence of Tom Aspinall as a real, bona fide kind of heavyweight contender. And I can't wait to see it. So I'll be recapping these bets Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. And until then, keep those odds long and those bets terrible.